Hi, friends. Welcome back. So, we are continuing our series, Developing the Leader Within Us. So, until now, what we covered in this series, right from starting, is one, the definition of leadership, that is influence. And then we discussed on how we can increase our influence and increase the level of our leadership using the tool five level of leadership. Then we talked about priorities, the key to leadership, and how to decide what are our priorities. Then we discussed character, which is the foundation of leadership, and we said key character basically infuses trust and credibility. And basically, credibility is a currency of a leader. Without credibility, he is a beggar, and with credibility, he is solvent. And then in last session, what we discussed was the ultimate test of leadership, that is creating a positive change, where we covered why change is important. We covered why people resist change. Then we discussed the tool known as the plan ahead, which we can use for planning the change for our team, for our organization. And we discussed in that plan, which is predetermine the changes we need, then lay out our steps, adjust our priorities, and notify the key people. Now we will be moving ahead with where A is allow the time for acceptance. See, people normally take a long time to adapt to the changes, and adaptation normally we see people take in three phases. One is the moment the change is announced, they just make a decision that it will not work, and they keep on discussing why it will not work, क्या होगा, किससे क्या drawbacks हैं. Then no, when they see some progress happening there, then they say, it will cost too much. So there they are basically saying ki it will cost too much in not only it is in the sense of money, it is in the sense of effort, in the sense of time. And then when the change is established, when you have established the change, then they say ki all along I knew the idea was good enough, and it was a worthwhile idea, and it was an implementable idea. And basically with anything, if you see this happens, if some of your friend decides to do anything, or even you decide to do anything, the first thing he hears or you hear is कि boss ये idea काम नहीं करेगा, this is not a good idea. And when things होना शुरू होती हैं, हाँ मुझे लगता है तुम कर लोगे, या हाँ आइडिया लगता है अच्छा है, और एक बार हो जाता है, देन लोग कहते हैं अरे मुझे पता था तुम कर लोगे, दिस इज इन यू, आई मीन आई ऑलवेज न्यू कि यू कैन मेक इट. So I mean, the same way, people are no different. Either you in your team, the way you lead them, or anywhere else, they are same. So their reaction would be the same. So normally when the idea is announced, basically there is a chaos, there is a uneasiness in the team or the organization. In such a situation, basically leader can take a few steps to make transition seamless, to basically do away with the anxiety of the people, do away with the resistance of the people. The first is slow down. Believe me, the moment you announce a change and you try to move ahead with speed and without taking into account the humanness or the human nature, the team member will start feeling negative emotions. They will feel like you lack preparation, or you no you are hiding the real agenda. There is something else which probably you are imposing on them, or you are basically imposing your agenda on them, or no you don't you're not concerned about the people, or you are not concerned about how they think, they feel. And believe me, any of these feelings if comes in your team member, your influence on them will go down, and then it will again will make change more difficult. So the remedy here is to slow the pace, keep answering the questions how much ever stupid they are. Always appreciate those questions and keep on answering, but never force the issues. Then the second step is make your communication clear and simple. See, the classic example of this is John F. Kennedy's speech, what he gave in NASA for the moon mission, where he said, "Ki boss, we choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon in this decade, and do other things not because they are easy, but because they are hard, because that goal will serve to organize the measure the best of our energies and skills. And believe me, the thing he said was very clear. He did not beat around the bush. We should gain advantage over others. We should have no space mission where we are leading the nations. No, he defined in very clear words what mission is, by when we have to complete it, and what it will give, why we should do it. So, as a leader, we also need to make our communication simple and clear. Believe me, the clearer our communication is, the simpler our communication is. It will be easier for people to grab it. It is easier for people to understand it, and it is easier for people to pass it on. They will become your change agent then. So, a lot of time, what I've felt ki people basically know try to deliver a complex message, and believe me, complex message serves no purpose. Yes, if you are a positional leader, probably your follower has to listen to it, yeah, because you have their KPI, KRA in your hand. Beyond that, believe me, it serves no purpose. So, there are few questions what we can ask when we are delivering our message, we are delivering our vision, we are delivering our agenda to the people. We first question should be कि am I understanding what I'm going to say? अगर मैं खुद ही नहीं समझ पा रहा हूं मैं क्या बोलने जा रहा हूं तो ऑब्वियसली सामने वाला नहीं समझेगा. द सेकंड इज कि will they understand what I'm going to say? उनको समझ में आएगा हम मैं क्या बोलने जा रहा हूं. जैसे कैनेडी ने डिफाइन किया कि बॉस दिस इज द क्लियर मिशन, we need to go to moon. He did not say we need to go to space or we need to create a superiority in the space. That would have been very vague statement. What he said, we need to go to moon. Very clear, very precise statement. By when? By end of this decade. So similarly, we need to give we need to see the message which we need to deliver. Will it be understandable so clearly by the people whom we are delivering that? Then will they be able to tell others what I say? Obviously, once they have understood, then will they be able to communicate it the way I say the same sentences? Will they be available? Will they be able to communicate to the other people? Then the last and very important question is कि will others understand what they are trying to communicate? हमने बोला उन्होंने समझ लिया, बट वो क्या उस चीज को उसी तरह से कम्युनिकेट कर पाएंगे कि सामने वाला समझे? बिकॉज ये बिलीव मी, वंस पीपल हैव बाइड your vision, your ideas, they will become your change catalyst. They will spread your voice, and other people might get agree because what? Because they are listening from someone who is among them. So that may increase the pace of your change. So we have to, and it is not only in leadership, anywhere, keep your communication simple, keep your communication clear. Complex communication never serve the purpose. Then build time for people to process the ideas. Once you have communicated him, once you have communicated the agenda, communicating the purpose, then give them some time to process the idea. See, in this case, so what we can do basically is once we are setting an agenda for a meeting to discuss the change, we should start it basically with the information item. Information item is something what we are importing. It has to be positive. It has to be positive, and other people will be interested in it. So we should start our meeting always with that, because doing so we basically increase the energy level and the participation level of the people. Then we should go on the study items. Here we should basically discuss the items where I need to make change, but it should not be this discussion should not happen to take a decision. This discussion should happen to make people understand, to answer their question, to clear their queries, to make them accept those items first. and bringing everyone on the same page, bringing everyone on the agreement. And once that is done, then you can create an action item. Action item is something where you are taking action, you are taking decision. Once in a study item everyone has come on the same page, then you go and propose to take decision, so that people had already agreed, so they will not mind accepting it, and they will think, yes, even we are a part of that, we are a part of no, making this change. And believe me, you should not come to the action item till your study items has been approved, agreed by everyone. It may take multiple meetings, do so. I mean, it worth spending that particular time. And once the action item is decided and the people have taken decision, then it becomes very easy for you to implement everything. And believe me, effect the effectiveness, basically you can always calculate as quality of the idea multiplied by acceptance of the idea. Your idea might be very good, the change you are envisaging might be very good, but if its acceptance is zero, your effectiveness is zero. You cannot implement that idea. Believe me, whatever you do, or you try however hard it is. So once the people have accepted your idea, the action item has been approved, then immediately head into the action. I mean, you basically, once you have taken the buying from your key players, the buying from your influencers, and then there are some people who have joined you, then your change train or change bus basically is ready to leave the station. But that never means that 100% people will follow you immediately. So leave them. They will slowly and steadily come along with you if your credibility is good, if the trust level is good. That is why I said ki credibility is the currency of a leader. With credibility, he is solvent. Without credibility, he is broke. So you have to have maintain that credibility. You have to maintain that trust, and believe me, maintaining both trust and credibility is responsibility of leader. It can never be responsibility of follower. Believe me, it always take change to make change. When I say change, it is your currency of credibility. So your currency of credibility will be used when you are making change. The more credibility you have, the more credibility currency you have, the more easier it would be for you to make change. And believe me, the lesser the credibility, harder it is to move into action. So this was the two topic which I intended to cover. Now rest three would be covered by Jyoti. So Jyoti, all yours.
So, hi everyone. As we are talking about the changes, creating positive change. So, when we are doing any change, so we have to find out what should be what tools we should use, like plan ahead. So I will cover expect problems. So when we are achieve we want to achieve anything new, we have to do something new. And when we are doing something new or initiating anything, the problem arises. So some of those problems come for the unforeseen difficulties, and some problems come from people and their objections. So most of the time people compare the past and the present time, but they what happened, they say that this is it was not good in the present, but it was better in the past. So they are not ready to accept the change that is happening in present, and because it create a pain. And this pain is of coming out of their comfort zone. So when they leave their comfort zone and they come out of that and they have to do something new, they face this problem. So they always complain about the present. And what happened, key people are always fearful about their future, that because we don't know what is going to happen in our future, we cannot control that. We can work on that, but we cannot control fully. Like it's not in anyone's hand ki who know what is happening in future. So people are always insecure. So these all are very natural reactions. These all everyone in every human being, it is a very common. Everyone is insecure about the future. Everyone want to enjoy the success of past, and they don't want to take the pain of present, because they are going through a change. So when we are facing this type of problems while leading the change in our team, so for that the best solution is we have to be proactive, and we have to anticipate what can be the worst case scenarios, and we have to work on that. So for that we have to do three four things. The first one is think the worst first. So in this case, what we can do as a leader, we can always think what possibly can go wrong in future with implementing this ideas or this change, or we should spend some time to think what worse can be happen. And if we find out something, we should ask the help of our other leaders to help us to be prepared, so that we can face that like uh, uh, the condition which is going wrong. And then the next step is speak the worst first. So in this situation, what we can do, we should let people know that we know what they think or how they feel. So because क्या होता है ना, most of the time people think कि हमारे लीडर्स को कुछ नहीं पता कि हम कौन सी सिचुएशन में हैं, हमारे साथ क्या हो रहा है, हाउ वी आर फीलिंग. बट it is very important ki if we discover any problem, we should acknowledge them to our people. We make them assured that we know what is happening, and what is happening, and what we I am working on that. And when we give that assurance to our people, our team members, so it gives them a sense of security, so they feel secure to work with us. Then we should answer the worst first. Most of the time when any problem arises while coming out of our comfort zone, so people start questioning, they express their worries and concern. Whatever problems comes, they come to us and they ask to their leader that what can be done, and how we can solve this problem and all. So in that situation, a leader should never avoid the discussion. He should talk to their team members transparently, give them the answer, whatever answer he has to be transparent, and he has to be clarify the things with their team members. And the last thing he can do, encourage them through the worst first. So everyone, every people, everyone in our team also, they want encouragement from their leader. So uh, when we encourage to the people, and when we let them know that we are together in this case, and we are there always when you need us. So if we are saying like this, if we are showing them our encouragement to them, so they all the team members, they like to work with us, because they feel secure also. They know that we are valuing them, we are encouraging them, so they are always like to work with us. And then the next tool comes, that always point to the success. So if we are a leader, as a leader, it's our responsibility, it's our need to encourage the our people in the team for keep going and keep doing the right things. So how can we do this? The best way to do this encouragement is to celebrate their success. Either the success is a very small, or a big success, anything. If we celebrate their success with us, it motivates the team members to do the better thing in their life. Then the last tool of this creating positive change is the daily review your process. So this is very really very good tool. So it help us in two ways. First, it help us to keep you on track and moving forward, and second is it remind you to keep communicating the message of change to your people, because it's always a challenge until the change becomes the part of any organization or team's culture. Na? People lose sight of it and they go back to their old ways of doing things. तो वी हमको उनको हमेशा टाइम टाइम पे याद दिलाना पड़ता है कि हाँ हमें अभी ये चेंज करना है, तो हम अभी उस पे काम करेंगे. तो इसमें हमारा ना डेली रिव्यू बहुत हेल्पफुल है, बिकॉज इफ वी आर लिसनिंग दिस ऑन अ डेली बेसिस, we are aware that we have to do the work not like the earlier method but from the newer way. So if we keep the change and if we want to keep the change and progress alive with your people, we have to talk about the change clearly, very clear. We have to be very clear what change we need. We have to change, we have to talk about the change creatively. It should be creative also, and we have to talk about the change continually, like on a daily basis we have to talk. So daily review your progress is really very helpful. So these are the all the tools of creating positive change. Rest Abhishek will cover.
So, friends, I believe Plan Ahead will help you basically to lead your team to the changes which you want to make. But believe me, everything boils down to the credibility of the leader. People buy into leader first, and they buy in their vision. If your credibility is not there, people cannot trust you. People don't find you credible. People will never move the way you want them to move until unless no, they are forced to do so because of they carry KPI being in your hand, and they will do only to the extent it is required by them. But if you want your people, to be loyal to you, you want your people to abide, to follow you, you need to have credibility and trust. Believe me, and that comes from character, and hence trust and credibility plays very crucial role basically. And how you can become a changing agent, you need to remember Kapil Dev again. I mean, he was a changing agent when we won the World Cup. Otherwise, 75, 79, 83, and the things, I don't know till how long it would have been going along. So, what Kapil Dev did, he first started making change. He first started envisioning. Then he also changed himself. He also changed his performance. He took the responsibility, and believe me, it only takes one person to make the change. If he has vision, he has credibility, he has character, and he is ready to pay the price, whatever it takes. So before you start process of planning changes, take some time to figure out where you stand with your people. What is your current level of leadership credibility with them? What is your level of trust with them? And once you have found out, yes, you have good amount of credibility, good amount of trust, then probably you can use Plan Ahead, the tool, and you can just implement the change. And believe me, in leadership, everything comes with credibility and trust. If you lose them, you lose your leadership. And it is very, no, once gaining a credibility and gaining trust is very hard, but losing it is moment's job. So if you have gained the leadership, you have gained the credibility, you have gained the influence over the people, work hard to protect it, work hard to keep it intact, work hard to increase it. And with that, uh, we would be again meeting next week with the next step on how we can develop the leader within us. Till then, a good evening, a good night, and I believe this will help you somewhere in your life also. Thank you.
Thank you.